Ideas were tossed about, but we didn't say what we might do. Do we want Ms. McDonald to contact Carl Vinson or GMA or whatever and get us a session together with some folks like that?
Let me weigh in. First off, I would like for Ms. McDonald, and if you want to pick 2 or 3 more city staff, I'd like to see y'all come up with some minimum criteria that you think is needed for a person to fill either of the 2 positions. Minimum requirements, and then what you would like to see, you know, from the least that's acceptable to what would be considered your superstar candidate if he or she had these criteria. Just as a side note, I don't know what avenue it would take, but I'd like for us to not just look at people with experience within governmental entities. And I'm including ourselves in this. We're not always the most efficient people in the world. Is there an avenue to go to some sort of private industry, executive type people that have served in private industry, and to give them a fair chance to wait? I know it's 2 different worlds to some degree, but not entirely.
I think that's a real good idea, and I think quite frankly that also supports the idea of getting a third party involved. Because if you're only advertising on the GMA sites and places like that,
Right.
Third parties won't see it. So.
Secondly, if this is feasible, I wouldn't mind. I'd like to visit the Carl Vinson Institute with maybe whatever's allowable, legal, one other council member, and sit down and look them in the eye and let them tell us what direction they think we should take.
Yeah.
Will they come here and meet with us?
They will.
Yeah.
So they're in Athens.
They'll come here. They're in Athens.
We'd rather go to Athens.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
They have people that facilitate. That's what he was talking about in the retreat.
Yeah.
Can you get them to come,
Somebody representing that.
a representative to come meet with us and help us facilitate the plan and as quick as possible?
Actually, you say quick as possible. We need to go ahead and have an idea of when we can do it or when we're ready to do it, because she said quick as possible. She get on the phone with them today, they might
They can
say
be here
tomorrow.
I'm ready.
We gotta check everybody else out.
We'll be out of town, next week for GMA in Atlanta.
Friday.
You all take that, newly elected officials training, what, February or what?
I think it's March.
It's February.
Is it February?
17th, I think is when it's when. I pulled, did you sign up for the February? There's also one in March.
I think we're going in March.
Okay.
In Tipton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to.
And that one, I pulled
We
that
went to
information
the
for Big
drive
Sky.
back port one night,
Show you what it is.
overnight stays.
When you talk to Carl Vinson, ask him too about the possibility of 2 of us visiting, an either or.
Now, what you all do need to consider, too, is like if you're talking about one person, one position or 2 positions, because that changes the dynamic of the recruitment, but it also changes the dynamic of the organization.
Why don't we, since we'll be out of town next week, but we have a meeting with the county on Wednesday, why don't we try to have someone from the Carl Vinson Institute come facilitate, with us, when's our next meeting?
Monday,
No, we don't have.
the following Monday.
Oh, okay.
Monday the
What-
20, I mean,
29th.
no,
The 29th?
we have a workshop on the 24th on Wednesday.
Okay, see if we can get somebody to come down from the Carl Vinson Institute on that Wednesday to facilitate with us. Because like you said, the scope of 2 separate entities. And in the meantime, I guess you all, staff, would know the description for superintendent of utilities, city manager separate. That way, when they get here, they can kind of help us or decide on efficiencies or redundancies, and which some of it we may have to have, not all of it gonna be redundancies. Bottom line is, if it's not costing any more money having redundancies versus what we have, all in one, it might make sense to do it that much more.
Would you want them to look at a separation a complete separation of duties? And I bring that up, and yeah, he's still here. When I was hired, I've been the only person that reported to both the water and light, who was Tom Berry, and then on the general government side, the city manager. And we had two of everything, two personnel manuals, two compensation, two accounts payable, receivables.
The whole organization
Warehouse, the
separate.
whole thing was separate.